This is one of the reasons why women make better leaders than men. But most men don't want to hear this because it makes them feel inferior. And most women keep it to themselves because they don't want to make men feel bad. It has to do with something called emotional intelligence, and it all starts with listening. Have you ever noticed how a woman can listen to you talk about your problems for hours on end, seemingly offering little more than a shoulder to lean on and an ear to listen? You pour your heart out, venting frustration, sadness or anger, and she's there absorbing it all without judgment. And when you finally stop, it's not with a pat answer or a lecture, but with a soft touch and words that convey understanding. She doesn't try to fix you, but you feel better nonetheless. As a man, have you ever wondered why you can't seem to do the same? Why your attempts at comforting often fall flat or feel insincere? The reason is rooted in biology, psychology, and society. Women are naturally more empathetic, and it shows in the way they listen, respond, and connect emotionally. The world often tells us men should be strong and stoic, the providers who solve problems and offer solutions, not cuddles. Women are encouraged to be nurturing, to listen, and be emotional. Society applauds the woman who comforts a crying child, while the man is told to toughen up and stop being a crybaby. These societal norms, backed by ingrained gender roles, shape our behaviors and demean our expressions of empathy as weaknesses. Men might view emotional support as a sign of weakness, a burden, or a problem to be solved, rather than an opportunity to connect on a deeper level. Women, on the other hand, are often socialized to view caregiving and emotional support as natural and important aspects of their roles. And yet, despite these learned behaviors, there's a fundamental biological difference between men and women that makes women more empathetic than men. Women's brains are physically wired for empathy. Studies like one published in the Journal of Clinical Anatomy found significant differences in brain structure between men and women, particularly in regions associated with emotional processing. These findings suggest that women's brains are naturally more attuned to social and emotional information, making it easier for them to understand and share in the feelings of others. But why does any of this matter? Why should we understand the complexities of human emotions and brain structures? Because understanding leads to acceptance. Acceptance of ourselves, of others, and ultimately of the differences between men and women. When we recognize that women's brains are wired for empathy, we begin to see that their strength lies not in their ability to suppress emotions, but in their capacity to understand and share in ours. It's not a weakness, it's a superpower. Now let's dig into the fascinating world of neuroscience and see how a woman's brain is hardwired for empathy. Now let's go back to the beginning. Picture this. You're sitting in a quiet room, lost in thought. You've had a long day, a tangle of emotions, joy, frustration, maybe even a bit of sadness. You find yourself confiding in a woman in your life, perhaps a partner, a friend, or a family member. As you share your feelings, you notice a shift in her, a subtle change in her demeanor, a gentle touch, a soft gaze. She listens, and in that moment, you feel understood. But what's happening in her brain that makes her so attuned to your emotions? To understand this, we need to look at two key aspects of her brain: structure and function. The structure of the brain refers to its physical makeup, the different regions, and how they're connected. Meanwhile, brain function refers to what these structures do, how they process information and control behavior. Let's start with structure. In the realm of brain structure, one key difference emerges between men and women: the corpus callosum. This is the bundle of nerve fibers that connects the two hemispheres of the brain. Studies have shown that the corpus callosum tends to be larger in women than in men. This means that there is more extensive communication between the two sides of the brain in women. One side of the brain is more focused on analytical and logical tasks, while the other side is more involved in emotional and social processing. With a larger corpus callosum, women are better at integrating emotional and rational thought, which is crucial for empathy. Moving on to brain function. Several areas in the female brain are more active during emotional processing. For example, the anterior insula. This area of the brain is involved in understanding the emotions of others. Studies have found that this region is more active in women than in men when they are reading emotional expressions or engaging in social tasks. Similarly, the superior temporal sulcus is another area that plays a vital role in processing social and emotional cues, such as facial expressions and body language. Research suggests that this region is also more developed in women, enabling them to perceive and comprehend the emotions of those around them more readily. These structural and functional differences in the brain provide a biological basis for the observation that women are more empathetic than men. It's not just about feeling emotions more deeply, but also about having brain regions that are specifically geared towards understanding and responding to the emotions of others. But what does this mean for you and me? Why should we care about the neuroscience of empathy, especially as men? Firstly, it helps break down stereotypes. By understanding the biological basis of empathy, we challenge the notion that women are too emotional or weak. Their brains are simply wired to be more attuned to emotions. Secondly, it promotes equality. Recognizing these differences helps create a level playing field. It means appreciating that women's strengths lie in their emotional intelligence, just as men's strengths lie in other areas. Finally, it fosters connection. Knowing that women are biologically wired for empathy can help men approach them in a more sensitive and understanding way. Instead of dismissing their emotional needs, men can learn to appreciate and respect the unique strengths that women bring to the table. Now remember, this isn't about pitting men and women against each other. It's about celebrating the differences that make us unique. We all have the same fundamental emotions, but how we express and perceive them can differ greatly, and that's okay. Our differences don't make us less than or more than. They make us uniquely human. Empathy is a critical part of our social fabric. It allows us to connect with others, to build relationships, and to create a sense of community. In a world that often feels divided, it's a reminder that we are more alike than we are different. So the next time you find yourself in a conversation with a woman, and she listens intently as you share your emotions, take a moment to appreciate the incredible complexity of her brain. Understand that her ability to empathize is not a weakness, but a strength. It's a testament to the incredible design of the human brain and the amazing women who possess it. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I have a treat for you. Check out the next one. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we've got tons of fascinating content coming your way. Thank you for joining us today. And remember, keep thinking, keep growing, and keep being awesome. Until next time.